Hey, welcome back to TURDS into Diamonds. Welcome for a very special end of season 11 review. Yes, we are taking that huge leap up into the big time. We are going to the championship. It's one of those moments in a football manager save where things start to really step up. We have dominated League One this season. We've only lost 4 games the entire season. We only lost 1 in the second half of that season. We absolutely deserve this. I think we've got a team that is really well placed with a few additions to compete well in the championship, and it's about to get very, very exciting. So let's get into this. Let's talk all about the season to come. Welcome to Dog Turds into Diamonds. Once again, we are turning Dog Turds into Diamonds with AFC Rushden Diamonds. And do you know what? Maybe we need a name change, because we really have made this team a team of diamonds now, haven't we? There really isn't any Dog Turds to turn into diamonds anymore. It's been a fantastic season. I said at the start of the season that I felt we had a squad that was really well rounded, really well balanced, that we had the quality to have a real promotion push this season. But I really wasn't anticipating dominating League One like we did, with giants like Birmingham City and Nottingham Forest in the league, and then other teams that came down from the Championship like Peterborough and Lincoln, other big names like Hull and Coventry. It has been an amazing, amazing season to finish so comfortably as champions. Only 4 league defeats the entire season. It really was something special. And yes, we now go up to not the big time, because obviously that's the Premier League, but we are certainly going up to compete with the big boys in the Championship now. So the signings we made this season, I think they were really, really good signings. Hayden Edwards, coming in from Blackburn, had a decent season as our 4th choice centre-back. I am going to let him go. I made sure I only signed him till the end of the season. He is not a championship quality centre-back, but he was a fantastic backup for us this season. Really pleased with him. And much the same can be said for Daniel Adu-Ajayi. 10 goals in his 20 appearances this season, 3 assists as well. Was a really good backup striker. Didn't play much in the second half of the season due to low knees coming in, but a really good free signing after he was released by Wigan. Ufi Dreyer coming in on loan from Huddersfield. I'm still debating whether to make his transfer permanent. I think he's a right back that can play games in the Championship, but is he sort of top half Championship quality? I don't think he is. I've still got to make up my mind on it. He is available on a free transfer. He's out of contract at Huddersfield at the end of the season. Let's see what happens. He's another one that had a really good season. 7 assists from the backup right back in 38 appearances. Really, really pleased with him. Mario Cacial is, of course, being released by Burnley at the end of this season. The 21-year-old Colombian. He had a fantastic season. 19 goals in 39 appearances. Had that injury at the start of the season, but gradually came in and made that right wing position his own. 7 assists as well. Absolutely superb. At the end of this season, he should count as a homegrown player after 3 seasons during his formative years in England. So I think I should be able to get him on a free transfer without any need for a work permit. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I really want to get hold of him and keep him in the squad. John Campbell, who was released by Arsenal, probably not a championship player, very much League One standard, but again was a really good option for us. 13 goals and 8 assists. Really, really pleased with him. I mean, you look at these top signings here, and just there wasn't a bad one amongst them, was there? Brian Nolan, who was released by Liverpool, ended the season as one of the first choice centre-backs, was absolutely fantastic. I really hope that playing championship football he can really start to develop and really really explode as a player. We're going to see what happens with him. Harry Brady came in January on loan. The ex-Manchester City striker wasn't getting a game at Sheffield United in the Championship. I mean, 3 goals in 4 starts and 2 assists. I've got to decide if I keep him on for next season. Do I think he's a Championship quality striker? I do think he's more League One, but I mean, let's have a look at it. If we can get him for free again, it might make sense. Alex Baker, who was released by Norwich, was absolutely fantastic as a deep line defensive playmaker. Brilliant first season. He's developed really well, the 23-year-old. With Jordan Rossiter retiring, he's a candidate maybe for the vice-captain role next season. I think he was great. Adam Concannon, I've given him a new contract because a lot of the first team players were kicking up a stink. Some of the influential first team players wanted him to be given a new contract. I caved. I gave him a new contract. I don't think he's a Championship standard number 10. He could maybe be a squad player in the Championship, but 4 goals and 4 assists. He gave the team good balance. I think we can get much better advanced playmakers and attacking number 10 type players. And Matthew Pinnock came in on loan in January, and because we then got hold of Harry Brady, he didn't really play much part, but I think he would be the only signing this season that you would say was probably a bit of a waste of time that didn't really work out. But really pleased with the transfers in. The transfers out, we released a lot of players. Of course, Edvin Persson was the player that funded the improvement in our training facilities with his £1.7 million move to Sunderland. Samuel Agyapong, our captain, left at the end of last season. So did Ethan Varian, Jabril Okadina, some names that were important at some point. Robbie McKenzie was another one who was really important in coming up out of League Two. So there was some big names left, but overall, there's no doubt about it. We were much improved. Now, we had a 91% average home attendance. We really need to expand the stadium. I did ask the board to do that. They turned me down, supposedly because we don't have the finances. It's going to be absolutely necessary in the Championship, and I am pretty sure that they are gonna go ahead and do that at some point. They have to commit to that. The stadium we can expand to just short of 10,000. So yeah, we will definitely need that because we were filling the stadium every week by the end of the season. So yeah, no doubt about that. We need that. A wonderful season. Again, just those. We had 3 defeats in the first few months of the season, but we then just went on that big long unbeaten run. Just lost once in the second half of the season to Birmingham City, who of course got 91 points themselves. They were the form team in the second half of the season. But just a great season. Shrewsbury, who came up from League Two with us through the playoffs, they were absolutely fantastic in the second half of the season as well. Finished 3rd. And Coventry, who were 2nd at the halfway point in the season, they really fell off after they sold their top scorer in January. And Nottingham Forest, who were the league favourites at the start of the season, overwhelming favourites, they have only been able to finish 5th. So if they don't go up through the playoffs, they're going to have some big players that might be available for transfer. So we'll have to see what happens there. Carabao Cup, we lost in the first round, but it was against a Premier League team. Shouldn't feel too down about that. We gave a really good account of ourselves against Crystal Palace away from home. Papa John's Trophy, we did really well, and of course went out on penalties to Forest Green Rovers, playing the reserves, but in a game that we really should have won. Disappointing not to have done better in that trophy this season. It's always nice to kind of win everything you can on the way up the leagues, and will we ever get a chance to win the Papa John's Trophy again? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe when we've got under 23s playing in that competition in the future, hopefully. And in the FA Cup, we lost in the 3rd round again, but once again, a game against Championship Queen's Park Rangers, nothing to be ashamed of. But now we're going up to the Championship. I think we start in the third round now, don't we? So we'll hopefully next season have a chance to go to the fourth round for the first time in our history, which would be fantastic. Biggest win, a 5-0 win away at Southend. Ryan Donaldson, I forgot to mention this in the episodes. Ryan Donaldson scored every single goal in this game. Let's just give him his dues here. It was particularly nice because he had gone a fair while without a goal. It was the second half of the season when he started to drop off a bit. He was losing some attributes, and well, it was a wonderful record-setting game. And let's just watch his goals, and just as we're probably not going to renew his contract, let's just give him a send-off by watching the finest game of his career so far. Well, good old Ryan Donaldson. What a game he had here. He blew Southend away. An early goal there in the 3rd minute, but he was not done. Nolan swinging a corner in, a flick on by Hayden Edwards, and Donaldson nods in. And then in the second half, he completes his hat-trick, volleying in a cannon cross. Edwards then getting another assist as he put him straight in from a free kick. Southend sleeping on that one, and then the other centre-back, Brian Nolan, playing it forward. Donaldson heads down to Eddie Little, and then a great finish. The best goal of the game for sure. What a performance by Ryan Donaldson. He actually finished top scorer in League One this season. 28 goals in 36 games. He started to improve a little bit at the end of the season. Now, what do I do? Do I renew his loan in the hope that he can continue now to improve and develop playing Championship football? Or do I cut my losses and let him go? Now, he apparently doesn't have much more potential ability. I don't know what to do. I mean, he definitely doesn't look like a top-end Championship striker, does he? And I've got a few targets that I think could probably play better in the Championship. Yeah, I really don't know what to do. But there we go. Salute to Ryan Donaldson, and credit to him for finishing as the League One top scorer this season. So, goal of the season was from Nolan in the FA Cup. I really don't remember this goal. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, I really cannot think. Which goal this was at all. So, let's have a look and let's be surprised, shall we? Well, there you go. I have no recollection of this goal at all. It was a lovely outside of the boot finish, wasn't it? There you go. Goal of the season? Not so sure, but there you go. A 3-0 win over York in the FA Cup. But there you go. That's our goal of the season. We'll give Nolan a little mention as well, because he's another one who is out of contract at the end of the season. Do I renew it? I mean, he's a really good, solid League One player, Jack Nolan. But I mean, he wasn't first choice this season. And I am going to be looking for more attacking quality. I mean, he's just a really, really well-rounded player, isn't he? He's really, really solid. But is he good enough for the Championship? He has never played at that level. Yeah, I think we're probably going to be saying goodbye to Jack Nolan. But he has been a very, very good servant for us in his 2 seasons with the club. But yeah, it might just be time to move on now for Jack Nolan, unfortunately. But there you go, goal of the season for him. So let's take a look at the financial situation. I'm presuming we have improved. Well, we have in everything except broadcast revenue. That would be just because we did get a couple. I think we got 1 game televised last season, or maybe 2. And this season, I think just away at Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup was televised. But we've done pretty well there. We've improved everything. Sponsorship has gone up massively. Competition prize money was a big improvement this season, which is probably due more to winning League One, and match day revenue stayed the same. Shirt sales have done pretty well there. Total merchandise sales look pretty good as well. Ellis Chapman, the highest selling shirt. He is our best player. Campbell sold well, Aduajay sold well, Baker sold well, and Moreno, who for me is now a little bit of a cult hero, developing very, very nicely. How did we line up? Well, I think that looks pretty good in terms of our best 11. Sanisalo, what a season he had in goal. Baker and Moreno did well in midfield, even if their rating is under a 7. Mario Kakiao, fantastic. Dylan Jones was our highest rated player, 7.35 for him this season. Absolutely fantastic. 10 assists for him. Yeah, just a really, really good team, as you would expect of the League One champions. The accolades, we got 3 Manager of the Month awards. I would expect us to be League One Manager of the Season. Fans Player of the Season, Dylan Jones. Young Player of the Season, Callum Simpson, our captain, who is signed for another season on loan from West Brom. We sold him to West Brom for 1.7 million. I said 1.7 million for the person sale earlier. It was 1.6 person. Callum Simpson sold for 1.7 million 2 years ago. He still hasn't left us, and he's getting a 3rd season on loan now. He's developed really, really well through the season. Fantastic leader, the 21-year-old. I mean, look, 3 seasons with us, a 7.31 average in League 2, a 7.28 average last season, and a 7.34 average this season in League 1. He's been absolutely fantastic. And next season, he has signed a new contract with West Brom. He did have his contract at West Brom running out at the end of next season, but he's signed a new contract. So it's probably only likely that we're going to get 1 more season with him, perhaps. But I'm absolutely delighted to have him around still. John Campbell, signing of the season. Jack Nolan, goal of the season, of course. Ryan Donaldson, top goal scorer. Ellis Chapman, most assists with 15. Once again, he's got the most assists in the team. I'm pretty sure he had most assists last season. Ryan Donaldson, most player of the match awards. Dylan Jones, the highest average. Alex Baker, most passes completed. So, most goals by a player in a season. Ryan Donaldson, 28 goals. That is not true, though, because Demalio Brown-Sterling got 45 in the Southern League, but it was never registered. It was never placed into our history. Most goals in a game, Ryan Donaldson. Most goals by a player in a league match, Donaldson. And Ryan Donaldson, the fastest goal in our history, 13 seconds into a game. There you go. Competition awards, nothing. There you go. History in the making. It is the greatest season in our history. The first time in the history of either AFC Rushden Diamonds or the original club Rushden Diamonds FC. The first time in our history that we go to the championship. Absolutely fantastic. I have made a bid for a young goalkeeper who is being released by Arsenal, Mason Bidwa. He is out of contract to the end of the season. He's available for just £8,000 now. I am willing to pay that and get him in before anybody else starts to show interest. Well, he has got some interest from... Who is showing interest? Derby and Wigan. He has been on loan at Derby, I think, this season. Let's have a look. Is that right? Or am I... No, he's not. I'm speaking rubbish. Derby are just interested in him. So I think he looks a fantastic, fantastic goalkeeper. If we compare him to Sanisalo, they are the same technically, the same mentally, and Sanisalo is just a little bit better physically. But Mason Bidwa at 24, I think looks a fantastic prospect. So hopefully we can get that deal done. And that will give us a really good bit of competition for first choice goalkeeper next season. There you go. 33 matches won this season. It's a new League One record. Who's been inducted into the overall best 11? Malicio. Dylan Jones also inducted in. So Malicio and Jones are right there in the first choice 11 now. Some great names here. Joshua Duffus, James Price, Max Waltman still in there, as is Liam Gibbs. Agyapong, our most successful captain. Callum Simpson is in there now as well. Tommy Reed is the first choice goalkeeper in our historical 11. Igor Luis, the right back. So, and Gabba Debo's still in there. Absolutely fantastic to see some of those names there. On the bench, Sam Blair, George Ray, Jay Williams. What a player he was for us. Thomas Hughes as well. Joe Evans is on the bench. Well done, Joe Evans. Jack Brown, one of my favourites, and Joe Hardy. Not a bad overall best 11 there. Let's have a look. Let's go ahead and do these negotiations. I do now have a director of football, Gary Barrett. I decided to go ahead and get. Let's have a look. Can I get him to sign as the cup goalkeeper, so I'm not under that pressure to play him? Let's remove the need to improve the coaching team or sign midfielders. Will he accept just being the first choice goalkeeper? He will. Okay, so what should we do here? Let's have a look. Oof, I mean, he's going to be a big wage. Let's offer him 4.5. Actually, the 6,000 sign-on fee is not that much compared to what other players have wanted, so I'll leave that. 1/6 appearance fee, clean sheet bonus, £900. I mean, he does want a big deal. Yeah, let's keep the 20%. What does he say to that? He wants £11,000. I can only go to a maximum of 6. Oh my goodness. Let's max out what I can offer him. Let's give him a 50% sell-on fee percentage. He would get half the money if we were ever to sell him. What does he say to that? No, he doesn't want it. We'll have to see if he accepts less once he's out of contract. But if Derby come in for him, I think we might not be able to get that one. That's a real shame. There you go. We've looked at the season review. Where are they now? Not too worried about where our ex-players are. Yeah, there you go. What I'm going to do to finish this episode, because I've got a lot of inbox items here, which are players that I'm offering to trial, players that are being released from under 23s. I just want to show you what I'm thinking for next season. Right now, this is how I see the team for League One, for the Championship. Sanisalo is good enough to continue in goal. If I can get an improvement on the goalkeeper, I will do, but I'm quite happy to continue with Sanisalo in the Championship. The same with the back four, Igor Luis, Jones, Nolan and Simpson. If I can get an experienced centre-back who is better than Nolan to partner Simpson, then I will go ahead and do that. But again, I'm perfectly happy with this record-breaking defence, the most clean sheets in the history of League One, in a League One season. Most wins in a season, most clean sheets in a season, a record number of wins. I said that twice, haven't I? A record number of points. We broke the League One points record by 5 points, and we were only 1 point off of our club record points in a season, which we set back in the Southern League. So an absolutely incredible season, built on how good this defence is. Baker and Moreno, I really want to give them the chance in the Championship. They've developed really nicely. I think they're both quality. I would like a really top level number 10 capable of really making a difference in the Championship, and I also want a really top quality defensive midfielder that can really dominate. I think we may have to go back to the defensive midfielder to get results in the Championship. I think we might be a bit too open playing with this number 10 and 3 forwards. So a really top quality defensive midfielder I want to try and find. Kakiao would love to have on the right wing. Chapman, I think, is good enough to play left wing in the Championship. Again, if I can get an upgrade on him, I will do, but I'm happy to have him there. And I'm looking for a top quality striker, and I'll show you who I've got identified in a minute. On the bench, I think Tommy Reed continues. Ufi Dre, I think, is good enough to be a Championship squad player. I need another backup left back and backup centre backs. Malicio, Little and Concannon, I think, I want to give them all the chance to play in the Championship. I think they're good enough to be squad players. The same with John Campbell. And then I'm thinking I might keep Harry Brady around and I might keep Adu Ajayi around. But a backup left winger will be very, very important too. Jordan Rossiter, our vice captain, is retiring. So goodbye to him. Again, another reason that I really need a high quality defensive midfielder. He only played a couple of games in the league this season, had some injuries as well, but his signing was one of the really important ones to get us out of League Two, and he played 17 games in League One last season. A really, really good signing, but he has come to the end of his career. Jake O'Brien is leaving us to go to the Irish League. Harry Davies, I'm not going to renew his contract. Joe Evans, I am not going to renew his contract again. He's been a fantastic servant for us. Bought in on a free transfer from Notts County after we got promotion from the National League. Played 4 seasons, got a few assists, got a few goals. Was really, really pleased with him. But again, just stepping up to the Championship, it's going to be too much for Joe Evans. So we say goodbye to him. He's been a great player for us. He is in apparently the best ever 11. Hayden Edwards, I'm going to let go. Carl Drakes, I'm going to let go. The Barbados international. Adi Amo, I'm not going to renew his loan. So it's a pretty small squad we've been dealing with this season. We did have a lot of players out on loan. Mikhail was out on loan in Cyprus again. Again, he's not going to be Championship quality, but I gave him a new contract at the start of the season just to try and protect his value. He's a player that if I can sell on and get $500,000 for, it makes sense to do that. Dowling, I'm not renewing. Mabwesi has not improved as I was hoping over the season on loan at Telford. Yeah, again, if I can get $500,000, 400,000 for him, it's a decent deal for a player that we bought in on a free. Real shame he didn't develop as I was hoping. Ben House, I'm going to let go. He scored a few goals for Chesterfield this season. Fitzgerald, I think, is a real contender to come into the squad this coming season. Bought in from Newcastle. He's worth $750,000. I think, oh, sorry, he was bought in from Stoke. Look, there you go. There's me getting mixed up. I think when we got up to the Championship, he's a player that could actually be worth a lot of money. I wouldn't be surprised if a number of Championship sides start to offer some decent money for him in the summer. And it was Brian Byrne who came in from Newcastle. He is another one who I think looks a League One midfielder at best. Again, if I can get $750,000 for him, that would be quite nice. He's done all right at Chesterfield on loan this season. But yeah, hopefully get some money in for Brian Byrne. That's how we're looking. Let me just finish off by showing you who I am looking at as a potential loanee for next season. A player that I think would give us a fantastic chance of competing in the Championship. Where am I looking? So let's just have a look. Chelsea have won back-to-back Premier League titles. Newcastle second place. Man City finishing outside the Champions League spots. Look, Brentford, Palace and Norwich being relegated, and Callum Simpson's West Brom maintain their Premier League place. Now if I go to Tottenham, I'm pretty sure it's Tottenham. If we look at their under-23s, they have a striker who they sent out on loan to Sheffield Wednesday this season, I think. Am I wrong? Let's have a look. Selection info. Okay, it is by position. Was it Basher? No, because he's still at the club. There you go. Basher is not a bad looking player. We are scouting him. We're trying to see just how good he is. Could he be a Championship striker? I think it was Abdullah Chukwuma. He is on loan at Sheffield Wednesday. Look how good he looks. He's only scored 2 goals in the Championship for Sheffield Wednesday. Was only getting off the bench. Oh my goodness, he looks incredible, doesn't he? 19-year-old Nigerian. He looks awesome. I am going to put a loan bid in for him in the summer. Hopefully I can get him as soon as he leaves Sheffield Wednesday. Hopefully I can get him in before anybody else thinks of bidding for him. He looks incredible with that pace and acceleration, awesome balance, great agility. He just looks fantastic, doesn't he? Dribbling ability, finishing, first touch, decent passing, great long shots, takes a good penalty, heading as well at 6'2". He's just got it all. And then you look at the off the ball, the flair, the composure. I think he looks a fantastic prospect. Yeah, I am absolutely dying to get him in for next season. I mean, he's got a fair few cons here, but yeah, I think he just looks like a next level Championship striker. I really want him to be our starting advance forward for next season. So that is my big target, Abdullah Chukwuma. So there you go. We'll see in the next episode, which will be the transfer special, if there is much chance of really getting him in. And I believe, no, it wasn't Sheffield Wednesday. I want to look at Middlesbrough in the Championship, who have finished outside the playoff places. They have a certain player who is going out of contract at the end of this season. Drew Doherty, who I've tried to get in on loan 3 times, I think, and he has turned us down every time. He's been on loan at St Mirren in Scotland, and he is now going out of contract. Again, he's another striker that I just really love. He's got good off the ball, good anticipation, decent decisions and composure. He's got a little bit of pace. Looks like he's lost some acceleration and maybe a pace point as well. But 16 finishing, 14 first touch. Again, when he goes out of contract, I am going to try and get Drew Doherty in. I think those would be 2 incredible strikers to have in the Championship next season. So that is where we're at. That is the plan. What would you do with this squad? Would you be putting faith in as many players as I am here? Let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, help us out with that, and we will see you next time for the transfer special before we go into season 12 of Dog Turds into Diamonds in the Championship with this record-breaking League One team. Thanks for watching. See you again very soon.